Damn.
Oh, yeah.
April had to turn her head for a minute.
I'm glad you weren't drinking anything.
Yeah, right.
That is hilarious.
Well, yeah, but you know, hey.
The Jammer Man.
The Jammer Man, boy. That is hilarious.
Try it.
Try it more than
Try it, James.
Try what?
Try it. Ask him. There's some
I
people just walking by your car just now.
No. Now, what was it saying that I told y'all back then? I said I would love to taste that. Now, how many times I done said that?
Well, I don't know. How many times?
You and Cleo know when I said that before.
Yeah, I remember you saying it.
Yeah, I would love to taste that.
Well, I know Rick
everything
James said it.
that look good don't taste good now. I'm tell you that right now.
Well, that's why you have to be very particular and
what you taste.
Well, or who you ask that or demand that from. Was a joke. In fact, I remember a joke. Look at him taking notes.
He's writing that little book.
So I just remember this joke about this guy that had a boat, and he had this woman on his boat, and he told her, see, because this other guy told him, how do you get all them women on his boat and everything, and then he take them out there a couple of miles and
MBC, what is good? I'm your host, David McDonald. We have Miller. We have Cleo. Blackman is filming this week, so we have some guests to fill in. We've got returning contributor Frank McCaskill. We've got Nia. We've got April McDonald. It's been a pretty good week overall. Been kind of hot. Other than the heat, it's been a pretty good week. How y'all doing?
All right, how you doing?
Pretty good. Trying to get these finishing touches on this latest project. Get it out to the peoples. See what they think. All right.
Did you paint that room?
What's that?
Did you paint that room?
This room here?
Mm-hmm.
No. No, probably just the lighting probably hitting different for you. No, I hadn't painted this room. This room hadn't been painted. It was painted
nice
8 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice coat of I think she used Glidden on it. Yeah, it came out real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Did you guys happen to catch Donald Trump's I won't even call it slight tongue error. I mean, he was frustrated. He was asked a question on live TV, and he just let an F-bomb off. I mean, did y'all happen to see that?
I saw it.
What was your thoughts on it?
I wasn't expecting anything.
Not the action.
I don't know what that was.
I mean, he got to the point.
I don't know what it was she was saying beforehand, but
you broke up a little, Nia. Say what you said again.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying he got straight to the point. I mean, that's all I can say about it. I didn't watch it actually happen. I watched clips of it.
I got you.
Yeah, I caught clips of it as well. And it's like he said that and he just turned around and walked away. Like, I don't have nothing else to say to y'all.
Yeah, it was like a mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
That's who y'all voted for. That's what you got.
Exactly.
Somehow I knew that was gonna be Cleo's response. Somehow I just figured that. What you got, Frank?
No, I was gonna say that's all. I mean, he trash, man. He trash.
What says you, Mr. Miller?
I didn't catch it, so I don't know. But even though I didn't vote for the man, but I guess I voted for him. Huh, Bailey?
Yes, indeed.
Oh man, cut it out. Stop.
I do think I think he tends to get a lot of grace when he shouldn't. Because I mean, I guess if you were to plug and play his personality with someone else in, probably wouldn't be the same reaction, public reaction. I mean, yes, I'm pretty sure a lot of those guys do talk that way, when the cameras are not on them, when the microphones aren't on. But yeah, I feel like he definitely got some grace for it, but
Why should he get grace? He ain't. I told you, he ain't nothing but trash.
It ain't grace.
He should get grace, but they give it to him anyway.
It's not grace.
What is it then, Cleo?
Straight racism. If
You
he
said-
was a
you said-
black man, he'd have been gone right now.
Yeah,
But again, all the white people are behind him. He's still there.
yeah.
Why
There's
is
no
it gotta be
grace in
about
it.
If he was another penny on it,
I think he might be pending a fine, an FCC fine, but I mean, he'll just get someone to pay it for him. I mean,
He
He
don't
won't
pay
even pay
no
that.
fine.
He won't even get nobody.
you don't think so?
No, they won't even. The person at the FCC that runs that
Uh-huh.
is in his back pocket also.
All of them in his back pocket.
Yeah, I mean he's not a neutral entity.
Mhm.
FCC is not neutral anymore. All I know is he just let open a floodway for people to do. I mean, why not newscasters? They should be able to say what the hell they want now.
Yeah.
Some of them
'Cause,
do.
I mean, and they'll have a justification because it's like the commander in chief got up there and cussed at people.
I mean, ultimately, we can all agree it was a bad example. I mean, that's definitely the one thing we
The
do.
rules don't apply to him.
Yeah,
Then they shouldn't apply to nobody.
it definitely seems
They
like
apply to everybody except him.
yeah.
Well,
And if y'all
Yeah.
ain't figured that out yet, there's something wrong.
well, all I know is if he ever came near me, aren't you supposed to salute? I tell him, I'll give you a salute, all right.
I don't think so.
No, what you want
No,
something?
I'm talking about if I was on active duty.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I got you.
If I was on active duty,
James got
Well,
our
you're
back
not
on
saluting the man, then you saluting the rank. So
Yeah.
you still
that. James got our
throws
back
the
on that
respect
one.
out of yeah, that throws the respect
I
out
done
the door.
heard that all my life, but I got one thing to say about it. Be a man just like me, and he think he bad enough to say anything he want to, I'll do the same. And I'll take whatever come with it.
I hear you.
Well,
Cause
you'll
ain't
get
gonna
one
take-
time.
Huh?
You'll get it one time.
Yeah, but I'll get it one time, but he'll sure take it with him. Because everybody else will be, hey, that'll be one of them clips they play it over and over and over again.
So you'll create a viral moment, huh?
Hey,
I'm glad he acting the way he acting. He had no business there, no way. Y'all, well, I can't say y'all because most of you, all y'all in Virginia. Oh no, you ain't in Virginia. April, you ain't in Virginia. So because Virginia voted for the other way. So everybody
Okay.
other than that, if your state voted for him, y'all all of it. That's all. And you in Florida, you know you voted for. I'm not
Oh,
saying
no.
that's you. I ain't saying you as you. I'm
no.
talking about the state.
Yeah.
No.
Dang,
You know
he
they
called him
did.
out.
Yep, they did.
That's funny.
Yes, indeed.
I ain't gonna cover. I can't cover for all these sorry people.
So that means
They
that
wouldn't
means you
listen.
vote for
Hey,
him too,
you can tell them the truth all day long. They ain't gonna listen.
What was that, James?
I say that means Bailey voted for him too. He in the state of Virginia.
State of Virginia did not vote for him, and Bailey didn't vote for him.
Yeah,
He did.
Bailey don't have a problem telling you who he voted for.
You
He
voted for the
voted
wrong
Democrat
person.
all the way down.
You voted for the wrong person.
Yes, I did. I truly did.
All right, here we go. All right. This is always a fun one because I've actually gotten into this with some people, and it's like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Is it normal to have a favorite sibling or like a favorite relative? Like, say someone got 3 or 4 uncles. Oh, so and so is my favorite uncle. So and so is my favorite cousin. I mean, what do y'all think on that?
Yeah,
Nothing
everybody
wrong
got a
with that.
favorite.
As
Yeah,
long as
everybody
it's
got
not
a
your
favorite.
kid.
Yeah.
You said what's that, Dan?
As long as you don't have a favorite kid.
You got a favorite kid too if you got more than one.
I've had people
Nope.
say that. I've had people say that though.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what you mean by that?
Maybe favorite is the wrong choice of words.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
okay,
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you.
I know for me, and I'm not gonna put their names out there, but I had 2 uncles. One uncle was very accommodating, was hands-on. He always engaged me in conversation. I had another uncle who was standoffish, could never spend more than a couple hours in my hometown. Who do you think I'm gonna be more endeared to?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with not loving either one of them, but it's the word, how the context that I'm using the word favorite is that who are you more endeared to? Like you may have 5 children.
I see the way you.
One child gives you no issues, and the other 4 require more effort. We'll just say that require more effort. I mean, I feel it's a natural thing. So you already have my answer.
Yeah,
it's
well,
a
see, I
natural
feel
thing.
that it's amazing how you dodged what April was talking about. She said, as long as you don't have a favorite kid.
No, Nia said that.
And then
Nia said,
Yeah.
was it? Oh,
And then I
okay.
said favorite was a bad choice, maybe a bad choice of word. Like when you
Yes.
saying
Okay,
It's a
okay.
bad choice of word because if you got a favorite kid, there could be other things.
That's not a bad choice of word. Everybody got a favorite uncle, cousin, child, and it's normal because the personalities that draws you to certain people.
You know, they used to have this thing they call kissing cousins, right?
They still got it.
Apparently, there was a movie with Elvis, and it's
Yeah,
called
they still
Kissing
got it.
Cousins.
Well, that can. That
Well,
ain't.
I don't think he's going that deep. I don't know.
I think he did.
no, I did not. No, that's not the context I'm in.
I don't think he's going that deep.
Sir, yeah, I would. That's not.
But if you got brothers, you got
those kissing cousins.
April. Okay, so if you wouldn't say favorite, what would you say?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what other word I would use.
I wouldn't say that's my favorite nephew or niece. I'd probably say.
Why not? They know already from your actions. They know
that. Well, yeah.
Not necessarily. The action is gonna have to kind of work both ways too, not just how you treat them, but how they treat you as well. Like David said, we had 2 uncles growing up that was completely, different
night and day
from each other. The way they treated us. Like I ain't saying that either one of them treated us bad or good. It was just different.
Right.
Yeah.
And the difference make you like one more than the other, and he becomes your favorite. I mean, I don't want to hang out with him. I want to hang out with him.
I think it's human nature. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just
it's not.
It's just a human experience thing. What says you, Nia? What you got?
Human nature.
I mean, it's all very valid. I don't know. Each of my children are different, so I can't really say I have a favorite, or I could even pick a favorite. I mean, I'm close to all 3, so it's quite equal. But other than that, like, of course, you have more family members that you gravitated towards. Like, I end up gravitating towards, like, the wives of the siblings. And then, like, they're not together anymore. And then we're still friends. So I end up, like, it just depends on who you are to me in the relationship, but I can't say I have a favorite. And that's just me.
I think what I'm hearing you say, Nia, is that you wouldn't put that you wouldn't put that I guess that
Label.
you wouldn't put that concerning your children. You wouldn't use that ruler, but you could in other areas.
Yes.
Aunts, uncles, cousins. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing you say you couldn't do that concerning your children, and that's
Yep.
And you wouldn't necessarily have to have a favorite of every kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I can guarantee you, in some area of your life, you have a favorite something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
What you got, James? What you got?
I agree. I do have a favorite cousin, you know, that I can go around and do things with and talk to, you know, because he know me, my insides and out, just like I know his insides and out. He had 3 other brothers he wasn't close to.
Right.
But some apparent reason he was drawn to me like I was drawn to him, you know. So yeah.
Shoot, me and Bailey agreed on that without a whole lot of talking. This is a pretty good.
Yeah,
night.
it's normal.
It might snow tomorrow instead
But
of this
it's
heat
hard
wave.
not to.
Yeah.
It's hard not to what? Agree with
Not
you?
to have a favorite person
Oh,
in all categories.
Yeah. Oh, you saying in all categories? Okay.
No,
Yeah, all
not
of
the
them.
kid. There's no way you can have a favorite kid.
Yes, there is. I got a favorite kid. Everybody got a favorite kid. Every mama. If you got more than one.
Nope.
There's
not this
one that
mom.
bring out the best in you more than the other. And you're going to favor him more.
Well, Sabrina doesn't tend to hold favorites because there are times, you know, all of them deserve a kick in the butt. But
Yeah, ask the kids then. I guarantee you the kids tell you.
oh yeah,
I bet you.
but
I bet you your kid will tell you.
yeah. But me, I treat them all with equal contempt.
You said contempt. Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, all of my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I treat them all with equal contempt because I know how they are.
Mhm.
Sometimes they nice, sometimes they don't play so nice.
Mhm.
You know, so I give them all a pass. Even though some of them don't deserve it, I give them a pass.
Yeah. I got you. All right.
Treat them all. My students the same way too. My students, you my favorite teacher. I said, you not my favorite student.
Ah,
I don't have a favorite student.
that is funny. All right. Okay. And this, I guess, this question could apply to someone whether they're married or whether they're single, whether they're in a relationship, whether they're single. When would you say you feel most alone?
Again, I've heard that
Is
question
that
before.
supposed
I
to be
don't.
bad? Being alone is supposed to be bad?
I don't. I don't never feel alone.
Okay, Cleo says
Is it
never.
supposed to be a bad thing or what? I mean,
Well, I think
Some people think being alone is a bad thing.
it is.
According to the
No, it's
Bible,
not.
you're not supposed to be alone.
no, I wouldn't
Thank
say
you.
that because there are times I wish I could be alone.
I think. I think as far as
I just can't imagine somebody with 11 or 10 or 11 kids.
I think it's subjective to what one's mindset is though too. Like like Cleo saying, hey, I like alone, and then some people associate alone with loneliness and depression, and you know what I'm saying. So I think
I mean, because there are times I want to read and just be left alone, and as soon as I start reading, I get interrupted.
Yeah.
And there goes the whole, sometimes peace and quiet is nice.
Uh-huh.
But that's by choice.
When I'm trying to barbecue around the grill, I got my drink, and I don't want to be bothered with can you come in and do this? Or can you come in? You know, I just want to have some ice and pour my drink. That's all I want.
Well, you got to set the tone for that, Mr. Frank.
No, you don't set no tone. No,
Yes,
see,
you do. If you say, baby, I'm going out here and I'm gonna be around the grill, and I don't want nobody to bother me, ain't nobody gonna bother you.
shoot,
Thank you. Communication.
shoot. Y'all don't
That's
know
Miller.
what that is.
Hey, Frank, that's Miller because he ain't got nobody around him. He wished that would work that way.
Yeah, because I can tell you right now, every woman I run across and say, I don't want to be bothered. They think you're talking about everybody else except them. Because they going to come and bother you.
But that's what you got to make it known, including you. That's all you got to say. I
Yeah.
don't want to be bothered, including you.
Well,
No,
then.
that don't work that way.
No, it don't.
you gotta
No, it don't. Because
communicate.
including you, oh, shoot.
Communicate.
Then you ain't never going to get no peace for the rest of that day.
It's also how you say it. Be like, hey, baby, I'm gonna go out here with my drink. I'm gonna grill a little something on the grill. Just let me be for about 20 minutes. We'll be golden after
20
that.
minutes?
You
See,
one of a kind.
Hey, see, Nia,
Yeah.
Frank gets greedy. Frank wants an hour and a half.
Yeah, she
Hour
one
and a
of a
half.
kind though.
I just want to be left alone.
Okay, well, I
That ain't
just
long
threw
enough.
out a
You know?
time frame as an example, but I'm saying if you can communicate that, like that's the hard part about relationships. But if you can communicate that, there shouldn't be a problem. Just like saying, "Hey, babe,
That's
I'm
why I
gonna
love
go
golf.
take me a bubble bath. I'll see you in about an hour when the water gets cold." She should be able to say that to you, and you'd be like, "All right, my time for my peace and quiet as well."
Well,
No, you can say
that's
it to
exactly
them, but
what
you
it
can't say
is.
it to them.
That's exactly what it is. When she
Yeah, when
wants some
she
peace
say
and
it.
quiet,
No,
then you can
it's
have your peace
reciprocal.
and quiet.
I'm not saying then you can have more of your peace and quiet, but I'm just saying as an example, you should be able to go to your partner and say, "Hey, I want quiet time. Just give me however long you want. It ain't that big of a deal."
It don't work that way.
It does work that way.
What you got, April?
It don't work that way.
When I read that question, I was thinking more so of times that I felt alone, like maybe something that I was going through, not necessarily
See?
being alone, like at home by myself or not being in a relationship or whatever. But
that works.
I just think about like maybe like when I left my old job, I was there for 16 years. All the friends and people I thought was friends I had made over the years, I'm like, okay, we still gonna be friends, but that didn't really, turn out to be the case.
Right.
Just any kind of like big life change I've been through. I mean, it's gotten easier since I'm, a little older, but that's the only times I can say that I felt alone. But I'm a loner anyway, and I'm used to going out to eat by myself, going to the movies I mean, it doesn't bother me. I sometimes I actually rather have it that way.
Yeah. I mean, like from what you're saying, like someone graduating high school and going to the military, that's a scenario where they've plucked out of their comfort zone, and even though they got 150 people around them, they feel alone because of environment change. I guess that's what I went through, coming right out of high school. So yeah, I can see that. Why are you shaking your head, James? What was that about?
That's why I said, yeah, he was shaking his head.
No, when she says she'd rather be alone when she go out to eat and stuff, I disagree on that. I disagree.
You disagree that she likes to be alone, or you disagree that she
No. That's her.
I'm not always alone.
No,
I'm talking about me.
Okay.
I'm talking about me. I don't like to go nowhere by myself.
Okay.
But you never know what might cap off. Hey, 'cause I'm always looking around. Got to know your surroundings. But going to the movies or going out to eat, nah.
But at the same time, okay, what if you don't have anybody that's available to go with you? Do you just sit at home? Like, what do? You can say, well, I put this and that, but I don't have nobody to go with me. Like,
a bottle of Jameson.
What was that, James? You broke up.
You said what?
What you say, Mr. Frank?
I said with a bottle of Jameson.
No. I leave that to Bailey.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, me and mine, right on time.
Exactly.
My man kicking the rhymes over there, right on time. All right.
Baby.
Okay, here's I know this has been talked about through the years. I would love to hear this group's opinion on this. Should people live together before marriage?
Yes.
They should live together and never get married. That's another story.
It's
They'd
just
be
gonna
on
call
their
you
best
the
behavior
Mr.
then.
Bachelor.
But you know, Cleo, that works for some people. Because I have seen couples that live together for years, and then they decided to get married, and they was divorced in a year. I'm talking about when I say
because as soon as they say I do, then stuff changes.
I mean,
it may not happen right away, but over time, because my wife is always trying to fix me. What I mean by that is, all of a sudden, I don't know how to dress. I don't know how to do certain things that, where you going in that?
She tired of that, Frank. She want a new one. So she dress him and change him, cut his hair a different way. She looking at a different guy.
The same thing. I wanted my, like when I retired, I wanted to be able to grow my hair back out. She told me, when I met you, you didn't have all that hair. You need to cut it off. I don't know why, but they just, it's them. They just feel like every little thing you do, bit by bit, that annoys them. Every little thing you say that annoys them, bit by bit, they start, telling you, I don't appreciate it when you do that. Will you please stop that? I've been doing this all my life, and now all of a sudden you want me to just stop? Are you crazy? Yeah, I don't know what it is. They just do that.
I think it may be a scenario, Frank, where it's like maybe someone was a little more timid or,
and now they married, they bold?
Yes.
Maybe it's just
and maybe not necessarily bold, and maybe comfortable.
I like the idea. It is control. It's all control. About control.
Yeah, all about control.
Where you going?
You ain't doing nothing but what I want you to do, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm glad they invented golf.
I'm getting schooled today, boy.
That's why I'm glad they invented golf, because golf is one of them few things that she don't want to do. I've asked her to go, but then she says she don't want to go. That's fine. I'm gone. And I'm waiting to get a boat. I'm waiting patiently. I'm paying bills and all that kind of stuff, paying it down, and then I'm gonna get a boat. And every time that she said, when she started all that stuff about, why you have to snore all night long? Why you gotta do this? Where you going? I'm going to get on my boat. Bye.
All right, so let's review. So Cleo says live together. He says, Cleo, of course, gave the extreme answer, live together and don't get married at all.
Well, just like April said, now see, I'm a perfect example. I met my wife in 77. We got married in 89. We was divorced in 91.
Something changed.
Nothing changed. She changed when I said I do.
See, that's what I'm saying. Something changed.
But that's the whole catch. But with you can handle that. Me, nobody can control me. See, once you start trying to control me, I decide I leave then.
That's why I said I want a boat.
James is taking
There's a
notes.
lot of water out there.
I don't want to own the boat. I'm
So,
gonna be on the
now-
boat and I'm gone.
The one thing I'll say
That's what I'm
about
saying.
April's
There's a
answer-
lot of water out there. You can disappear.
The one thing I will say about April's answer is that, I mean, I call it the biblical effect. It's like, yeah, I've seen people live together 5-10 years. They get married and then something magically changes. You know, legally speaking, it's community property. You know, you can't just unplug from that relationship and leave just like
Yes,
that.
you can.
You lose that freedom. So
You know.
I think it comes down to
That's why Florida's
It
a
comes down
no-fault
to-
state.
it comes
Yeah,
down
no,
to
you don't.
choosing. It comes down to choosing to be with interdependent with someone. It's like it's okay. It's okay for two independent people to get together, but that does take a mindset change. You don't have to be totally dependent on each other, but be able to function independently, like times of sickness or unemployment or things sick. You know what I'm saying? Things going on. But me, I'm not a fan of people living together before marriage. I think it spoils some of the essence of it. But I mean, that's my way of
You
looking.
mean of them shacking up?
Basically,
They
and like I
take
think
advantage of all the
a lot of people like, hey,
benefits.
if we live together, we can save money. And what do? Y'all don't save money. Oh, I'm paying rent, you paying rent. Let's live together. We only have one rent. Okay, so you're saying that $900 you paying in rent goes straight to the bank? No.
Well, when they say save money,
That's
that
not-
means
that's
they,
not what
they have
happened.
more money to do things with.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saving it in the bank, but we can do this, this, and this, and this. Where if I'm doing it by myself, I can't do this, this, and that.
But see,
Like buy a boat.
for me, I would want to be with someone who is doing it by themselves and not
Well,
hurt.
you still doing it by yourself, but you just together. I mean, you still paying rent, you still paying the light bill, you still doing everything, but you only paying part of it.
But ultimately what I'm saying is it has to be more of a benefit than just financial. That's a horrible reason to get married, but people do it all the time and they treat
So that's
the
what
marriage,
people do. That's what you get married for.
people treat the marriage as a business contract.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is. You gotta-
well,
you
to
gotta
the rest of the world,
papers.
it is a business
Yeah,
contract.
you getting papers.
Yep.
Every time you signing a paper, it's a contract.
And how long
And-
does the average business last in America before it goes belly up? The average business.
5 to 7 years.
I thought it was 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
So-
take
All
your
I
word
know
for
is
it.
this.
But they always say the 5 to 7 year itch or whatever.
Well, I mean, ultimately, you're newlyweds for the first 5 years anyway.
Sometimes longer than that.
I think 10 years.
Yeah.
Because, but I'm always finding out new things
Mhm.
every day or every week. I mean, something don't happen every day, but sometimes Sabrina will say something that, like the other day, she told me something that she never, ever did before. And she was it was a TV show or something that I don't know what triggered it, but all of a sudden she tells me something about her and her ex. And I was like, I was laughing. It was funny. At the same time, I was like, that's the first time you ever told me anything about you and your ex. She said, yeah, I know. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Married 20 something odd years, and now all of a sudden she feel like it's safe to say what she, I'm wondering what else is rolling around in her head from time to time. But just the same,
Mhm.
there's a whole lot of stuff. I mean, you never really know that person.
Right.
and
wanna
you
know-
can spend your whole life and figure out.
Well, they say it's always good to have surprises.
It is. I mean, I laughed. I must have laughed for a good minute or two
Yeah.
about that, because it just came out of left field.
Yeah. I'm wondering what James thinks about this question. I haven't heard from him on this.
James the left.
He in the parking lot. Must be something going on in the parking lot.
What's up, James? What says you?
Okay.
Oh, he's
Somebody
still
sending
there.
you messages.
I'm listening to what everybody had to say except Nin. I haven't heard what she had to say just yet. But on your behalf, Dave, I do agree what you saying about that. Mr. Frank, I disagree on what you saying because first of all, if you get married to someone, that individual should not be able to change you for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? You can change yourself to be the better person or be a better you, but I'm not gonna let no woman, no child, I don't give a damn who it is. Oh, why you wearing this or why? If I didn't buy, you buy your own clothes. You know, you should not be judging. Oh, you going somewhere in that? No. If that makes you feel comfortable, by all means, if that makes you wear it. I don't have that's called insecurity. If you say you going somewhere looking like that, or you letting your hair grow out. Why? Why is that a concern? If I want my hair to grow out, let it grow. You should have no say so whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And of course, yes, I would say live together. And if it works out, it works out. If it's not, it don't. You know what I'm saying? But say if it does work out, let's say y'all live together 2 years, then all of a sudden y'all tie the knot. Things gonna still be the same in that household. You know, like they say, if somebody is paying rent here and a person paying rent there, and y'all come together and pay one rent, one light bill, and all this and all, yes, you are saving money, but it's that money that is being saved is going elsewhere in that household. You see what I'm saying? You know, so I say yes, and then tie the knot, but let me be me, because I'm gonna let you be you first and foremost. I'm not gonna say, damn, why you looking like that? Now, I can say some women will ask they significant other, do I look fat? Or how you like this, or how you like that? You got to give them a straight up answer, because I'm gonna come to a woman. Hey, look, honey, what you think about this, or what you think? I'm gonna ask for your opinion, and if she say, well, honey, I think this look better or that look better, then I might consider wearing something different or looking a certain type of way. Now, what was you gonna say, Mr. Frank?
Well, it was because when you asked the question, do I look fat? It was a Geico commercial where they had Honest Abe Lincoln, and he paused before he told his wife. Well, I mean, he just paused and he was about to say something and she got mad. When you in a committed relationship, that's one of them questions that you search yourself to find a diplomatic way to be honest. But you don't just come out there. I mean, that is if you care about living. You don't come out there with that crazy ass statement like, yeah, it makes you look real fat. Because you could be not only sleeping on the couch, you might be sleeping outside for your own safety.
No, I disagree on that right there.
If you don't,
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
I disagree.
Well, I've learned.
What you got, Nia? Let's hear it.
Well, so I'm a little bit untraditional in the fact that I actually would recommend living together at least 6 months to a year before you got married, because you don't know exactly how that person lives. They could be messy and you're super clean. They, there's a lot packed. So long story short, my second husband changed on me after we said I do. And I never lived with him, so I never picked up on a lot of these things. So he would go home and drink himself to sleep. I wasn't privy to that because I didn't live with him. And there are a lot of other habits that he had that I didn't know about because he hid them from me until we got married. So when I met my wonderful husband now, that's the first thing I said is, like, well, we're definitely living together before anything marriage gets talked about because of what happened last time. So I am a little unconventional on that end, just because I do put a lot of biblical basis on my life. And that's something, of course, that's not frowned upon outside of marriage. But honest to God, like, with the way that today's society is, I even encouraged my boys, that once you start thinking about getting serious, to at least try and live with them before you even think about getting married, because you don't know everything about that person until you live with them. And even then, marriage changes people. And I luckily didn't have that problem with this one, but the other one, that's when the abuse started, was as soon as we said I do. So that's kind of my unconventional answer to that.
I got you. And I know the context of all of your answers are, based upon life experiences. At least that's the way it sounded. Now, the one thing I'll say about, with the exception, actually, and I think Frank has done theater in the past, all of us are actors in nature. And even scenarios of what Nia is saying about, living with someone prior to marriage, is like, I've seen people put on a good act, and then once they legally lock someone in, they're like, okay, now I can relax. Now I can really be myself. So it's, it's tough. I mean, and I know from what I'm thinking something along with what Frank was saying about haircuts and stuff. It's like, I've heard guys say, well, I just want what I married. You let yourself go. Now, medically speaking, people are supposed to be more dense, as they age. I mean, that's medically a fact. Now, some people get more
fat.
Some people get more dense gracefully, and then some people let themselves go.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, when you say dense, sometimes I think you're talking about somebody is thick in the head.
No, not this. I'm talking about, I'm talking about proportions.
Oh, okay.
And then at the same time, it sounds like Sabrina saying, "Hey, I want the clean cut. I want the
soldier
bugle boy that I dated."
Yeah, exactly.
So
Can't help that.
Yeah, if you have to sacrifice growing your Bob Marley locks in order to keep her happy in that area, that's a small sacrifice. My opinion, anyway. That's just an opinion. So.
Well, I mean, that's what marriage is. Sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. When two people come together and the two become one, that's a sacrifice, because every day is not necessarily a sacrifice, but every day is a compromise.
Right.
There's always some kind of compromise.
Yeah.
Are both of y'all compromising?
Huh?
Are both of y'all compromising every day?
I wouldn't say every day, but yeah, there are compromises, because there's just, I mean, like, okay, I'm an OCD, and I have idiosyncrasies, and I know this because I grew up that way. Like I used to bite my nails, and I still do. And she really can't stand that I do that. Especially sometimes I'll bite a nail and use it like a toothpick because I got something stuck between my teeth. And she hates that. But she knows that I'm not going to change that. That's not going to change. Don't frown. That's just one of them weird things.
I'm frowning.
I told you I have idiosyncrasies.
We're frowning
and
with
that may
you.
be weird.
We're just frowning with you.
No.
If I was her, I'd just hand you a
Just
toothpick.
never heard that before.
Mr. Frank, I agree
Yeah,
with
but
you.
I ain't got no toothpicks. See, it's always a time. It always happens at a time when I'm just not, I don't have a toothpick handy. I don't have no floss handy or whatever the case may be. And it's actually driving me nuts.
We'll tell your wife to put some in her purse for you.
Keep some in her purse. And
She
just
keeps them in her car. And she keeps them little floss things in there.
Flossers, yeah.
But it's quicker sometimes to just and I'm done.
I did that.
You did what today, James?
I did what he was talking about, biting the nails and using it as a toothpick.
I could tell James was sympathizing with him. I could tell. I saw the look on his face. I was like,
I mean,
yeah, I agree with that. But Mr. Frank, on the flip side of that, when you feel like you're gonna bite a nail, just don't be around it.
well, I try not to, but a lot of times I'm driving the car and she's right there. She's right there.
Cleo's looking like. All right,
I mean, I count myself as being lucky, even though I do weird things from time to time.
Yeah.
Hey, no judgment zone at all.
I mean, she don't pass judgment on me, but it's just one of those things that she just,
I got you. All right, y'all. We'll this last one's gonna be a fun one. So, all right. So, if you guys were able to live to the ripe old age of 90, and you were able to keep or retain the mind of a 30-year-old or the body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you choose?
Body.
Hold. Explain that one to me though. How far do you go with the mind and the body?
Yes.
Is my mind completely there and my body completely gone, or is my body completely there and my mind is completely gone?
Okay. Good. Okay, good question. Okay, so you're like not like dementia or whatever. We'll just say the normal progression of a 90-year-old mind, and we'll say the normal progression of a 90-year-old body. So that gives you a little more context.
Give me the body.
Give me the body.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yeah.
What you got, James?
Here.
What you say, Mr. Frank?
Here.
Everyone's saying body. What you got, James?
Here.
I'm going with my mind.
Okay.
I'm going with my mind because I'm a dirty old man, and I'm gonna stay one until the day I die. Because matter of fact, if I'm 90 years old and I got a mind of a 30-year-old, here come the Jammer Man.
Remember that
You can't
guy?
do anything with that body of yours.
Do it, yeah.
Hey, you're 550 pounds with a good mind.
Well,
What you
I mean,
first of all, I'm not gonna be no 550 pounds.
now here's what I'll say about James' answer. If he's thinking like a 30-year-old, he's gonna say, "Hey, I gotta stay in the game." So he'll go to the gym. He'll cut out the refined sugar. He'll probably be on some supplements, if you know what I mean. So I could see what he's saying.
Blood pressure's gonna be good.
But that's all about the body.
I mean, you gotta have the equipment to perform. Yeah, I get you.
Well, you know what my motto is?
James, say it again.
If it ain't in it, My motto:
Can't hear him at
if
all
it ain't
now.
in the hip, it's in the lip.
Wait.
Wait. Hey, Frank, that goes over to what you said. Wait.
What?
Okay. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh.
All right.
I wish I could have heard it.
Jammer man, say that one more time for the group. What was that you said?
Something
My
about the hip.
motto: if it's not in the hip, it's in the lip.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Reverend Bubba Flavel over there.
Woo.
He gonna put his tongue.
This sound like an old
In the navel.
Yeah.
blues.
I ain't talking nigga.
An old blues song. If it ain't in the hip, it's in the lip.
Oh my gosh.
That's gotta be the name of this episode.
What in the world?
If it ain't in the hip, it's in the lip.
You know I'm about to write that in the short film. You know that, right?
And I'm not talking about the navel neither, Mr. Frank.
I hear you.
And navel. Oh.
See,
Oh my goodness.
that
Right.
goes. See, you weren't there for the reveal
For the foot
on
fetish
one of my
episode.
one of
Yeah.
my honest lines that I used to use
Yeah.
because I didn't have no game,
Me neither.
and so it was easy for me to just go. Can I put my tongue in your navel? Sometimes I got yeah, sometimes I got no, sometimes I got slapped.
Why did you pick that body part?
Oh,
Well,
Oh boy.
why?
Yeah, why that? Why the navel?
I kind of like the idea of that because if I could get that far, I'm probably gonna go even further.
So basically, it's Nia. It sounds like he's saying if you're gonna unlock the door, or if you're gonna
Go to
open the
easiest
window.
one.
Then I'll be able to walk right on in.
The front door or the back door?
oh, did Nia hang up?
Now,
because-
honestly, how many times did somebody let you do the
Like
navel?
it.
Huh?
How many times when you ask somebody, "Can I do your neighbor?" How many times did that you actually get?
Oh, here we go. Drum roll.
Honestly,
Honestly,
somebody just came back and say, "Go ahead
He said, "Do the name."
for
well,
the neighbor." Yeah,
most of the time, first of all, most of the time that was said while we were like somewhere.
but if you doing intimate things, you wouldn't have to ask that. That's automatically comes.
Well, like I said, didn't you hear me say I had no game? So I was never in those situations right off the bat.
But you say you was most of the times you was in the act. So why would you ask?
I didn't say I was in the act.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No. See, like I might be, we'd be out somewhere having.
So, but again, what made you do the navel?
What made me?
Yeah. What made you say, "I want to stick my tongue in your navel"? Because that's not normal.
Well, let's just say that maybe I saw something that piqued my interest.
Uh-oh.
The navel?
I think, hey, Cleo, I think he may have felt it was neutral enough ground that he could say it without it being like a crazy offensive. Maybe.
Well, some thought it was offensive, some didn't. But
Right.
like I said,
Right.
it got me where I wanted to go. And you say, how many? I wouldn't like to put a number on that, but I can.
Uh-oh.
And it would only be a minimum. It's about 10 or 12.
Look at James. Look at James. was taking notes.
10 or 12.
Oh no.
Well, I can't say 10 or 12.
And
You
it
actually
became-
had 10 or 12, you're laying back comfortable, and you actually got 10 or 12 people, hey, can I lick your, stick my tongue in your neighbor? And they just lay back and say, okay, go ahead.
well, no, because
Cut
then,
it out, Bailey.
then
Stop.
it was later. It was usually later when we
Well,
got.
that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't have to ask for it later. Because all
Well,
that's
I
part
didn't
of
have
it.
to later, but I mean, because I'd already asked while we were, like at the
Okay,
movie
so I got it
theater,
now. I
at
got it
dinner.
They
or
didn't just
something.
kick back it when you said that after you got into the mood, then you went on and did it. I got it now.
Yeah.
It almost sounds
All right,
like
it sounds normal now.
it almost sounds like an icebreaker for that. It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's normal now.
Yeah.
I mean, because most of the time, you at dinner or something like that. And I asked
You
that
said it
question.
at dinner?
Yeah.
I helped her. Miller, help me out.
He can't because he don't have no experience with that.
Oh no.
Bailey, he said that was his dinner. He said that was at dinner. So that
Yeah.
means the neighbor part was his dessert.
Yeah.
Now, you said I couldn't help you out with that, Mr. Frank. I know what you're talking about. I'm going straight for the gut.
Okay. Okay.
See, so April, that was an episode where the Jammer Man.
Whoa, Dave, hold on a minute. Let me ask her now. Let me ask her and Neil, did anybody ever ask them?
I can't say that.
Oh no. Good one, Cleo. Good one. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But you got some women
Yeah,
that don't
it
like
is.
that, though.
You said what now?
What happened to?
I think she lost her connection.
We got disconnected.
Yeah, she lost her connection. It's cool.
Yeah,
All right,
some
yeah,
women
but-
don't like it.
You said what's
Huh?
that, Frank?
No. What did you say, James?
I said some women don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's true.
But let's ask Bailey the same question.
There is no asking me that question because no, I've never asked nobody that. I have did it, but I've never asked. It's all in the act.
Yeah.
I've never in my life asked no woman, can I stick my tongue in your navel? Never. Have I ever did it? Yes.
Hey, James Bailey said you better check his resume.
Yeah.
Well, that's how them PMF is.
That's how it is. What
A
you say?
PMF. Pretty much. And in this particular case, it was this one. This was a joke, okay? And the dude was talking about. He told the woman to. Oh no.
That's old school right there, Mr. Frank.
Oh, well, see, I was never a
How did we
follower of the.
How do we
See,
get here?
because there are ways to get around that.
What was the question that you asked?
Miller.
the doggone mind of a 30-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Frank said
Yeah.
that's why I said that's where the finger play come into content. You
The
know?
finger play.
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Frank. I know damn well you done did that. That stop playing. Now stop playing.
No, I'm just trying to draw this out. I'm just trying to draw this out.
All right, hey, well, wait. Let me go ahead and end the session. If y'all need to get something out, let me end this session. Hold on. All right, MBC. We'd like to thank our special guest. Nia lost his signal. We had Frank McCaskill And we have producer and actress April McDonald. I'm your host, David McDonald, and we are MBC. Thanks for watching. If you want to be a contributor on the show, respond to the email that's in the video description. And we are out. Thanks for watching.
Hey.